Good morning, guys. Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina. The 39-hour trip just got back in. Nice big pile of mangrove snapper, some nice porgies, lanes, vermilions, some fat red grouper, some nice blackfin tuna. Definitely a nice solid catch of fish. It was a little bit slower during the day, but a hot night bite to start out. And I'll let Will speak to that more. Captain Brian and the boys definitely did very well this trip. Put together a nice. Just had to work for it a little bit, huh, Will?
Yeah, we had to work for it a little bit. Had some current going into the wind in the daytime, and that messes with the fishing a little bit. Nighttime was great mangrove fishing. We had a lot of guys fishing with pinfish at night for these mangroves. And when you got mangroves that size, they like a pinfish. You just got to let them eat it a lot more. So we did a lot of pinfish fishing at night and slid on into some shallower water in the daytime. Got a couple red groupers per spot the whole day. They weren't on fire, but we got a couple here, a couple there the whole time, and added up nicely by the end of the day.
So just had to grind it out during the day to put together a nice catch of red grouper, and most of your mangroves came at night?
Yep, and then they started biting again right when the sun went down again the second night.
Nice. And these lane snappers came during the day when you were fishing a little shallower for those red grouper, I assume?
Yep, lanes, and we actually had a decent big vermilion bite at sundown as well.
Nice.
That's where most of these big beeliners came from.
Nice. How about these blackfin tuna? I see 3 nice blackfin tuna. How'd you guys get those?
We got 2 of them at night, both on flat lines.
Nice.
And there had to be a lot more than that, but the fishing was good, so not many people were flatlining. And one on a troller, on a small Rapala.
Rapala X-Wrap?
Yeah, a small Rapala X-Wrap, and it was throat hooked. It ate the whole lure. It was crazy.
Inhaled it, huh?
It didn't fight that hard. I was wondering why it wasn't fighting, and it came up. I was like, man, it's a tuna, and I think it didn't like where it was hooked.
Yeah, it gave up on that fight. Nice. I see a big porgy hiding down there. That's a monster behind that tuna.
Yes,
so
sir.
Overall, a great trip, huh?
Yeah, we stroked them at night and just kept at them at the daytime.
So the hot bait was the live pinfish at night for the big 5, 6, 7, 8 pound mangroves?
Yep, and the red grouper, we had a guy get a couple of them on a jig, but other than that, there was no rhyme or reason to the red grouper. Just a couple here, a couple there, random baits.
So red grouper were biting just about anything. You just had to work for them and keep a line in the water.
Yeah, that's it.
When fishing for mangroves with pinfish, what's a tip or a trick? What tackle approach
you're using a smaller hook, a hook sized for your pinfish, and I like a smaller pinfish. And if there's not much current, I hook that pinfish in the tail.
Hook them in the tail if you can. Lighter loads, lighter current, and then using like a 5, 6/0 hook.
We were using like 4s this trip, and you got to let him really eat on it. You got to let him bite it and bite. It's a funny bite on a pinfish, but the big ones like them.
All right, let them eat it. Still like 40, 50 pound leader?
Yeah, we were fishing 40 pound leader at night and then went up to 60 in the daytime. We did lose a couple big red groupers too in this class size.
Yeah, some fatties. Well, cool, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Nice catch of fish for sure. Pretty good amount of red grouper. Just had to work for them. Definitely a good catch, as Will said. They did well. Just had to work for it during the day. At night, bite was hot. So that's kind of what we don't necessarily expect around a new moon. Excuse me. So our new moon is just happened last week. So we're on the backside of a new moon. So little interesting. They had such a great night bite and such a much slower day bite. I would expect it kind of to be evened out a little bit and kind of a steady bite through the trip, but hey, it worked. Put together a nice catch of fish, and definitely some fat red grouper out there. What we're doing right now, because of that deep water closure, is we're fishing a little deeper at night for those bigger mangroves and then sliding in a little shallower to get those red grouper. As you can see, it works.